Hi guys.
Hi everyone.
Hi guys, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Has it actually?
Well,
Not really.
anyway, we're so glad to be doing this video. So I don't know if any of you saw a reel. If you follow us on Instagram.
On Instagram, which you should at the Kesenas.
Yes, please. If you're not following us on Instagram,
yeah.
follow us. That's where a lot of interesting stuff goes down. All right. So Joshua made a reel like documenting the entire pregnancy process, which if you're following us on Instagram, you would know that I was pregnant. Anyway, we posted our testimony video too. So
Yeah.
all right. So Joshua posted a reel like documenting the entire pregnancy process and all that. So that was the short version. So we decided, okay, let's do a video.
A long version for
yes,
YouTube family.
Exactly. So, because I'm sure people that watch the reel are like, I want to know the real gist. What was happening in between? So we're here to
So we're going to give a reaction to each scene and what was going on behind the scene, what happened before, what happened after,
Yep.
where our minds were at that point. And yeah, I'm excited for it.
I'm excited as well.
So let's get into it.
All right.
As you may know, my wife is the world's best baker, so I shouldn't be surprised getting cake at the office, but this cake was special. It was the cake that lets me know I was having another child. Her dad of two was so surprised.
Okay, so first of all, how I chose to let Joshua know that we're having a baby. So we had that, I mean, it was nothing dramatic. Trust me, it was not like the movies. Because we had that, I discovered my period was late. And then I was panicking because I was like, okay, we're just 2 months married at the time.
We were panicking.
Yeah, we were panicking. I mean, we're not even up to 2 months married at the time. So we were just like, okay, my period is late. What's happening? Got a pregnancy test. And then we did, I took the test, but we were together. So as soon as I took the test.
I think we went on a date.
Yes.
I went to the park. And
Yes.
then you just said that we bought my way back. So that's before.
Yeah.
So now.
Yeah.
How
So
do you
anyway,
like it?
let me just say a little bit of before. So when I discovered I was pregnant, oh my God, I was like, oh my God, I'm not ready. So there was that whole thing. So it was not dramatic. So I was like, okay, this time around, we were prepared to have a baby. We had planned that, okay, this year we're going to have another child. So I mean, it's something we're excited about. We're not going to be panicking when we discovered the news. So Joshua had gone to work. And I discovered my period was a few days late. I don't know.
She didn't tell me.
Yeah, I didn't tell him.
I thought we were in this
I didn't
together.
tell him my period was a few days late. So I got a pregnancy test. I'm trying to remember how I got it. Okay, yeah, there's a pharmacy in my estate. So I got a pregnancy test, and then I took the test, and I saw I was pregnant. I was very happy, but I was like, how do I tell my husband? I have to be innovative this time around. I'm not just going to show him the strip.
Fear women.
I was going to show him this strip, and I have to do something dramatic. Of course, I'm not proposing to him. It's not a ring. I can't
So
put
you
it.
were sleeping on
I
the same
can't put
bed
it
with
in
me.
his food.
Is it on the same bed with me and you had this big
I was like, what do I do? What's an interesting way, to let your husband know you're pregnant? I said, oh, I'm a baker, so I'm going to do a cake, because I do these mini cakes with short messages. So I said, oh, I'm going to do a mini cake, and I'm going to write a message on it, so Joshua can take it over.
Yeah,
from
so
his
I think
words.
when you said not to come and see me in the office, I think were we going on a date that day?
Yes, I think we had a date or some. I don't know.
I can't
we
remember.
had something to do that day.
Together that day after work.
Yeah.
So she said she was going to come. No. You
What
were going for a meeting in Transcorp with a client.
With the clients, yeah. But then after the meeting, I was supposed to come to your office.
And then we'll go out together again.
I've
forgotten.
forgotten the reason I was supposed to come to your office, but I know I was meant to go to your office.
So
anyways.
before you went to go and meet the client.
Yeah.
you came
No,
to the
after.
office. It was before. After you gave me the cake, then you
Okay,
now
yes.
paid for the time
Yeah,
and now
it
so
was
I think
after.
that was really
It was
time.
after. It was
You
after.
went home
True,
from there.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you now brought the cake, and I was like, it was nice to see you. I mean, any chance to see
Yeah,
my,
I mean,
my
it's always
beautiful
nice to
wife.
see me.
Yes.
I mean,
when I'm working. So I mean, she came into my office, and I saw a bag with her. Oh, she packed food for me. I think I already had food. It was like extra food or something, or a gift, or maybe it was for your client. You want to give your client a sample of your cake to taste or something. And then she said it was for me, and then she started recording, and I'm just like, why is this one recording? Maybe she wants to do advertisement for her cake, her mini cakes. So I said, I'll play along, no problem. Got the cake, opened it, like, wow, thank you for bringing this for me. Before I looked down and I saw what was written on it. Congratulations, dad of two. Hi, dad of two.
yeah, hi, that was.
It took me like a few seconds for it to click. I was like, when did you find out? And it was just, I was going through a lot of emotions. I was so happy.
Yeah.
I was so shocked. I started thinking about, oh my God, I'm having another child. Like, that's so amazing. And it was just awesome. It was just an awesome feeling, like to have that at work. I think I was just walking on clouds at work from that day. I think I finished the cake, yeah. I ate the cake in one sitting. But yeah, I was very happy. I was very happy.
Yeah.
Very happy
All right.
time.
So that's how I let Joshua know this time around. I'm glad I did something interesting.
Surprising. And we were expecting a boy, but we got a girl because we've come to realize that God gives those he loves daughters. Shout out to Pastor Aaron, my father, legitimate son speaking.
So now fast forward to our gender reveal. So this time around, we're like, oh, we already have one daughter,
Yeah.
so we'd like to have a son and see, okay, how it is. Even though Joshua is like team girls, like he loves.
I believe that I'm going to be father of about 5 girls.
All right, I don't believe that. So let us agree to disagree.
But I think to some extent, I was hoping for a boy too.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
yeah.
Like to some extent, I was like,
Maybe
it wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, maybe because we already had a girl and we
Yeah.
already know the experience of raising a girl and all that. So we're like, just like, oh, would like to have like.
Also, I feel like I felt like I'll be out of water. I know how to raise a girl child. I don't know anything about raising a boy. So I was just like, let me just be comfortable. But it would be nice to. I was torn, Sha.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we were both expecting a boy and we're excited about having a boy because we already had a girl.
Yeah.
And then we had received some prophecies, about having a male child.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not trying to pull a Jackie Hill Perry, but I don't know. Or is God trying to pull Jackie Hill Perry on me? I don't know what's happening.
Maybe later.
God.
You like 3 girls and 1 boy.
My personal plan is to have 3 children, but I know that ultimately I'm submitted to my Savior, my Lord and Master. But God, please, please, Lord, if my plan can be your plan, I would really love it. So the plan was, of course, like I said, we had received some prophecies about having a male child, so we had thought it was going to be this child, and then we're very excited. Like we're having a male child and everything. Me, I was even so confident because I was like, prophecy, So the people have told me, like 3 people have told me I was going to have a male child. And personally...
And people have told me too.
Yeah.
Even up to when you were, like the week of your delivery. Even up to the week of your delivery. Somebody told me, they dreamt and then they saw Hadassah and then they saw you holding a baby and the baby was a boy and everything. I was just like,
so,
maybe it's for another child, but...
Do you get? So we had already had all these like prophecies, which like of course made us expectant for a male child. So I was pretty confident. So and then we decided to do a gender reveal. And my mother was like, oh, this gender reveal, it's just for people because me, I already know what I'm having. Nothing is going to be revealed to me in this gender reveal.
I remember people I think Pastor Bora, Pastor David were taking sides of which gender.
Yeah, we did that at the gender reveal party. We're like, if you think it's going to be a boy, you sit on this side. If you think it's going to be a girl, stay on this side. So how did we even... So when we went, just backtrack a little, we went for a scan, I think at 24 weeks or so. Yeah. Or 19, I can't remember how many weeks, but we went for a scan to determine the gender of the baby. We told the guy to write it on a piece of paper, fold it, give it to us, and I had it in my bag for like some days. And self-control, guys, that's how I know the Spirit's working in me. It was in my bag. I was tempted. I was like, I can't just check. I said no, I didn't check. So we gave it to a friend who planned the gender reveal, got the balloon for us to pop. So now the moment we were going to pop the balloon, Joshua pops the balloon. And lo and behold,
I think in that scene, if you guys watch, my hand went to my head. It was just like, how?
Oh, God.
I was so confident.
Because we just popped it and lo and behold, pink confetti on us. I was like, I don't understand.
From where to where?
I can't believe my eyes. Why is it pink? Is it a mistake? So discovered we're having another daughter.
And it just started working on my heart. I'm just like, I'm going to have another daughter. I'm going to be a girl dad. Now I realize, Pastor Aaron, him too. My father, he has 2 daughters. I'm like, legitimate son of my father. All those kind of things. Anyway.
So, and then for me, I was like, actually, I love girls. I mean, so I wanted my first child to be a girl. So I'm like, I don't mind having another girl. I would still like to have a boy, to have the experience of raising a boy, and to raise a good man for the world. That I'm raising good girls, good daughters as well. But ultimately, my will is surrendered to God.
Exactly.
to God's will. But I still believe those prophecies of a boy are coming true. You guys should watch out.
Yes.
Yes, we still plan to have one more child. God.
And then
I don't want to make it 4.
All right, so this is my wife. This is 9 months, guys. She's so beautiful. I think we should do a video talking about how the pregnancy went, but so beautiful at 9 months. Just look at the beauty. Oh, boy. Oh.
And then the next scene, which is me gushing about my wife's beauty when she
During
was pregnant.
pregnancy.
I mean, like, I'm not saying some people. I'm not like bashing anyone, but I feel like I really appreciate the fact that you really take care of yourself even when you're pregnant, even when it's not easy to. Do you understand? I'm not saying that you should not take you if you don't take care of yourself. I won't love you. No, I'll still love you. But then I like the fact that you actually take time out to make sure you look good. The kind of clothes you wear, you buy clothes that will fit and everything that will fit you as you're pregnant as well. So like just gushing over your beauty throughout your pregnancy. It was just like from beginning to end, you took care of yourself. You made sure you look nice.
Thank
like
you so
the
much.
clothes you bought were like to make it easy and make pregnancy look very beautiful. Like you carry pregnancy really well, really, really well. And it was just an amazing time seeing.
Thank you so much.
Being the husband to a beautiful pregnant wife. If it was possible, I could add one on top.
Hey,
Because of how fine you look.
spare me. All right. So for me, I mean, before I got pregnant the second time, I had these fears, which I believe came from the devil. About like, because my pregnancy had us, I was good, smooth, I wasn't sick, I was very healthy, fine throughout and all that. And the only thing I think problem I had was I couldn't bake while I was pregnant, because prior to that I used to bake a lot, but during Hadassah's pregnancy I didn't bake. So this time around, devil was trying to make me feel like, I've had one good pregnancy. Every pregnancy is different. So because I've had one good pregnancy, now I'm going to have another bad pregnancy, or one bad pregnancy, something like that. Exactly. So I have to have one good and one bad to make up for the good. Nonsense. Anyway, each time that thought came, I would say, oh no, this pregnancy will still be good. All my pregnancies are going to be good. In fact, that is going to be my watchword. That's going to be what people refer to me as. Okay, she has great pregnancies. And that's what I would say to counter those fears. And to be honest, my past pregnancy was amazing. I was never sick. I never threw up. I was fine throughout. I was able to bake. I was able to run my business. I was able to do everything that I was doing. I was able to cook. What did I not do? I did everything I wanted to do.
You cooked up till the day you gave birth.
I cooked up to the week. Let me just say up to the week I gave birth. Like I did everything. I ran my business up until the week I gave birth. I was able to do everything. Even baking, that I was scared that, will I be able to bake, because I couldn't bake during Hadassah's pregnancy. I was able to do that. I was able to do everything, guys. So pregnancy can be awesome. It can be awesome. Just always speak over your pregnancy and hold on to the truth of God's word. I believe God wants us to enjoy pregnancy. I know some people have it difficult, but as often as you think of it, just declare positive things so that you begin to prepare your mind and your mind is set positively. And I enjoyed being pregnant, to be honest. Like, I just stopped being pregnant a month ago. And I can say that I enjoyed it. Like, I'm not dreading. I'm not talking about it and say, God forbid, I don't know when next I want to be pregnant. Like, I'm going to give it some time, but I'm not dreading I'm not dreading being pregnant again. Like, I know it will be awesome. And I'm glad I was able to dress well and look well.
I think something that you did that really stood out for me was the fact that you were posting about your pregnancy on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of ladies don't, like, they wait until after the baby. You even posted your
my maternity suit before I gave birth.
And I was just like, that's so nice. As like you're confident in yourself.
Thank you.
And it was just nice to witness and be part of.
I mean, I've grown. With Hadassah's pregnancy, I was really shy. First of all, I was like, everybody, I just got married. I'm shy. I'm just pregnant. Everybody knows I'm having sex. I don't know. That's what married people do. But anyway, I was shy. And I said this time around, I'm not going to be shy. But then I discovered like 6 months had gone by and I don't posted anything about my pregnancy. And I was like, if I'm not careful, I have just like 3 more months to be pregnant. And if I'm not careful, it's just going to go by. I'm going to make sure post about it as often as I can, take as many pictures as I can. I'm just going to rock this pregnancy. Enjoy it, because ultimately you're not pregnant forever. And I think what the devil does to steal your joy during pregnancy is that he just makes you focus on the things you can't do when you're pregnant. Like, I could maybe run this distance before I was pregnant. I could stand for this amount of time. I'll not be tired. I could do so much. before I got pregnant. Now, the devil just makes you see limitations. Rather than you seeing, the new possibilities that you have being pregnant, rather than thinking, oh, I can't wear this, I can't wear this. What about what you can wear and looks good on you because you are pregnant? So I said, I'm going to take advantage of it as much as I can. And I'm glad I did. I enjoyed it so much. Up until, the day I was about to give birth, that was when I was like, I'm tired.
And this is the due day. It's the due day, so we decided to go clubbing. Haha, I'm laughing. That's not true. We went to a friend's birthday party and see her getting down on her due day. Look at it. Look at her. Getting down. Parrying. I love it. But
Speaking of the day you're about to give birth.
Yes.
The day too, we went for Tommy's birthday party.
Yeah, our friend had a birthday party.
And I think that morning, you felt weird. It was a Sunday morning.
Yeah, it was a Sunday.
You felt a little bit weird because your due date was the next day,
yes.
Monday. You felt a little bit weird and you were just like, oh, you're not sure. You have a feeling.
And then all through my pregnancy, like I never missed church because I was not sick. So I went to church every single Sunday. I went to church most Wednesdays. I think maybe I just missed midweek service like once or twice, but I attended church a lot. So that was the first what?
Pause. Second. I think the first time you missed music Sunday, you locked the house out and you locked yourself outside of the house.
Yeah, oh my God,
Guys.
because
that's how I got called when I was in church. Babe, the way you tell you anything, that's her sister was around. The way you tell you anything was like, no.
I don't even know why Joshua is diverting to this Jesus.
Because it was very weird. It was very funny to me. And then, I locked myself outside. What do you mean lock yourself? She said she locked. I said, okay, I have key. So when I said I have key, I was like, okay, no, I now ended the call. She now called back again. She said, but the key that she had, she put it in the door and she went outside and then closed the door. So if I door our front door, if it closes from
it doesn't, our front door doesn't open from outside.
From outside, yeah.
And this was the first time I think during my pregnancy that I was going to be home alone.
Yeah.
Without my sister or at that time anyone being at home. So they all went to church and this was the first time I was missing midweek service, guys. And then the key was on the door. I went out to collect the package. I shut the door and boom, I was shut outside. And I was like, does this mean I should never, this is my punishment for missing midweek service? Even though like, I wasn't fine that day. So I really couldn't go to church. Anyway, that's just a diversion. We figured it out and we were able to get back.
Tommy's birthday.
Yeah, so Tommy's birthday now. So
you guys watched the video. Did you see that shirt? It was my shirt. The cap is my cap.
I mean, at that point in pregnancy, 40 weeks, I was already close to I was about to give birth. So none of my clothes could fit anymore. None of my t-shirts could fit. And the birthday had a theme. It had a theme. 90s hip-hop. I'm just like, 90s. I have nothing 90s hip-hop in my closet. I'm just going to borrow from my husband, wear it, and then I'll return it. So that morning, I didn't go to church because I wasn't feeling well. I could already sense that, labor was coming. But by evening... That's our new baby.
It's a new baby. She's
supposed to be sleeping. So, but by evening, I started to feel better. So I decided, okay, let's go for the party. And I said, you know what? I'm at this party. I might as well have fun. This is probably the last party I'm going to attend before I give birth. And I had fun. I danced. In fact, I went down.
I'm telling you.
By the time I got to the car after the party, I knew I was going to give birth like the next day because my whole, I had stretched myself. Imagine me going down and dancing in that party.
The party was very interesting. Shout out to Pastor
it was fun. It was fun. It was it was so much fun.
Friends. It was a lot of fun. And I remember in the party just thinking this is how tomorrow we'll be saying had I known. Because I was just thinking what if tomorrow actually labor starts? So yeah.
And then everybody there was looking at me like, literally, you are going to give birth any moment. This is probably the last time we're going to see pregnant. And they were right because the next day my contraction started in the morning. So at first it started, it was mild, on and off until event finally around, let's just say 11 p.m. we went to the hospital. We went to the hospital earlier. My doctor said, it's still going to take a while. So we went back home, went to the hospital for a second time, 11:30 p.m. or 12-ish, thereabouts. So when I got to the hospital, my doctor checked me. I was 5 cm dilated. That means I was already halfway done because 10 cm is when you give birth.
Were you 5 cm when they checked?
Yes, I was 5 cm when they checked at the beginning. So, when they checked me, I was just like...
No, you were 3.
No, I was 5. I would remember the first time we went to the hospital around 4 p.m.
Yeah.
When doctor checked, I was 2.
Okay, yeah. That's
so from that time, from that 4 p.m. or 4:30 p.m.
So what happened is that we came back home
to
wait for the contractions to get closer.
And stronger.
And more and stronger.
Yeah.
Little did she know that a few moments later, we will be in the hospital. Labor pains have started. As in, guys, I respect women so much. My wife is so strong. The hours that she went through pain, so much respect. My God, I can't even explain it.
Who guys, like, we're getting to the point where I almost shut down. But let me not.
All right.
Let's keep going.
So when we got back to the hospital, doctor checked me. I was 5 cm, put me in the labor ward. I was just like, oh, it's 12 a.m. now. By 6 a.m. I should have given birth, done and dusted. You know, I said
And we'll
I will go home and I'd set time frame for myself, being that I've done this before, been there, done that. In fact, I was like, I don't even think it's going to be that difficult this time around because I've done that, I've done it before. Also, the first time when I had Hadassah, Joshua was not with me because of the hospital we used.
We used the public hospital.
Yeah, we used the public hospital. They
But
don't
this time
allow
around, we used the private hospital,
your spouse
which
to
is
be with
very
you.
good. I mean,
Yeah.
like the hospital we used this time was so good. Like,
Yeah, they did
they did a very good
They
job.
did a great job.
They did a great job.
Yeah.
They were
They were thorough.
very thorough.
It was so anyway, Joshua was with me through the entire process. That's how he was able to film footage, which you can see, of me being in pain. And guys, like, it was a painful experience. I won't lie. I remember thinking that why am I here to give birth to another child? When you know, I was like, okay, you know this thing is painful. You know, giving birth to a child is painful. Why are you here again?
I mean, like for me, before I got saved, I had an anger issue, right? When I got saved, the anger issue stopped. But then I've lost my temper twice since I've got saved. And the 2 times when somebody disrespected Ope. I think the first time was a boat rider that I called, and anyway. And here was Ope in pain. So protecting her is like something that I'm really big on. And then here she was in pain, and I can't do anything about it. It was such man, it was such a difficult period for me because I'm just like, I can't do anything, and she has to go through the pain. I remember looking at her and saying sorry. So I think when I came to your side, when the contractions started getting more painful, that's when I was actually seeing, like, I was always with you, but the contractions started getting more painful. I think they used to check your how far you've dilated. They used to check how far you've dilated.
Yeah.
And that was painful also. So just being there when it was painful, I remember feeling so much pressure in my skull. I feel like running out of the room, but if I run, you can't run from the pain. So where am I running to? Do you understand? Like, oh my God, I felt so uncomfortable. I could see her in pain. She was literally crying, and I remember feeling like I need to help. How can I help? I just kept praying, God, please help this girl. And I was thinking to myself, like, Shibi, when I met her in camp, I should have just left her alone. All this wahala would have not happened.
Trust me, a lot of thoughts will come to your mind already, but it's a lot. It's a lot.
Thankfully, I think the nurse was praying at that point.
Yeah.
So she was tuning to an online prayer. So she was praying, and me too, I was praying. So it was the speaking in tongues that actually, like, made me get strength. Like, thank God for the gift of tongues. I'm so grateful for the gift of tongues because I really know what I've done in that moment. And that's when I got the strength to start comforting you. Hey, I rolled back tired. God. I rolled back.
I think Joshua was rubbing my back for like 5 hours straight. Like,
I'm telling you.
There'll be times where I'm like, I'll be like, okay, stop. As soon as he stops, like 30 seconds later, I'm just like, no, please don't stop, continue. And I knew that was going to happen, during this delivery, because during Hadassah's delivery, I desperately wanted someone to rub my back, but Joshua was not there. So I know that was one thing that I really wished at that moment. I said, I wish my husband was here to rub my back. So this time around, my husband was indeed there to rub my back. He rubbed it though. He rubbed my back, and it did help. I love how Joshua was just there for me, how he was strong through it all. I know it would have been a lot for him to take in, because there were times I would be like, Joshua, I'm in pain. And then after I say that, like, because at that moment I'm having a contraction. So once the contraction ends and I have a little break, and I'll just think about it, that when I'm saying Joshua, I'm in pain, like, what do I really expect him to do? Like, at that moment I was like, that's actually a very heartbreaking thing to say to him at this time, because he can't do anything about my pain. But I needed an outlet for my pain. So and then there were times he was just encouraging me. There were times I was just like, especially when I was at the end, like when it was almost time for me to push. I was already saying, I'm tired. I can't do this anymore, because I mean, when you're at the end, literally when you're at the end, that's when it's most painful. You are just like, I'm at the end of myself. I can't take this pain no more. And just then I feel, oh, I can't take it no more. Like a contraction will come, and by some miracle, I'll be able to endure it. And then the next one will come, and I'm like, I can't do this, but it will pass. So that's how God was just taking me through each step. And Joshua was just encouraging me when I say I can't do it. He said, you can do it, you can do it. You are strengthened. And at some point, I was like, okay, how will I have the energy to push? He said, don't worry, you can push and all that. And at last, in my mind, I kept on saying, when will it be over? I know sometimes I was telling Joshua that, when will it be over? He was like, it's be over soon. I'm like, hey, God, I don't want to hear soon. I need a definite time.
All this happened from around 11:30 p.m., 12 p.m.
12 a.m.
12 a.m.
Yeah.
Till 10 a.m. the next day.
Yeah. I mean, I gave birth around 10:30 or 10:45.
10:45 a.m.
Yeah.
So, like, no sleep.
I'm telling you. It was like, it was
pain consistently. I think for me, like, just to rest. I think
almost, it was about 10 hours of
the human
that.
body is amazing.
It was a lot.
In between your contractions, and sometimes you just fall asleep. Like, pain, you be complaining, you be saying, oh, this is so painful, and immediately contraction stop, you'll be sleeping. Like, you'll be snoring. So at those points,
I didn't even know all this. I could only remember the times I was in pain. I didn't remember the times I was sleeping.
At that time, I can stop rubbing, but my arms can rest, and then the contraction will now wake you up, and then it continue. So, like, I was so grateful. Like, after Eliora came out, and she was okay.
I mean, I had like one long push and like one shorter push, and she came out in 2 pushes, and thank God. Like, when she just came out, I felt so relieved. I was just like, finally, it's over, because it felt like it will never be over.
You know, like, immediately it was done, I just knew that our relationship can never be the same anymore, in a positive light, because like, just being part of that experience with you, like, I feel a lot closer to you, like a whole lot closer to you after we've been through that experience. Like, I know when people go through pain together, like, go through hardship together, it actually does bring you closer. And I was just so grateful to God. I was so grateful to God.
I mean, I felt closer to you as well after the whole process, and I was just grateful that you were with me this time around, you know. So, because I could just imagine having another child and like alone. Somehow it might have caused like further rift in our relationship that we might not be aware of. So I'm just glad we were able to go through the process together. Like, you were there encouraging me. Like, even if you're not feeling the pain physically, you could like
I was feeling the pain emotionally.
Yeah, you were feeling the pain emotionally, and you were just with me through the process, encouraging me. And I love that you were strong through it all. That the times you wanted to run away, you actually did not run away. Maybe the times you wanted to faint, you actually did not faint. You were aware throughout, you were alert, you were involved every step of the way, and that was very important to me. I mean, even when Eliora came out, I expected Joshua to like, oh, leave me and rush. I said, oh, my child is out. But he was like, no, she'll be fine. I'll see her later. I'm just focused on you to make sure you're fine.
But thankful to God, everything ended a few moments later. Long hours later, we got our beautiful daughter, who is the most beautiful child born in 2022. If you have an EDD in this year, please push it, because you can't compete with this wonderful, beautiful baby.
And as soon as she came out, she had a very loud cry. Came out very big cry. Baby, 4.4 kg, big girl. Anyway, big and beautiful. And do you know that as soon as I saw her, you know, even in that very moment, I was just like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Before I saw her, I was like, I'm sure when I see her, I'm just going to be like, this was not what it is, because this pain was a lot. But to be honest, when I saw her, I was just like, oh my God. Like,
I mean, during the process,
I'm like, why is my heart melting? Like, I'm supposed to be a hard guy. I already said that. I said when I say I'm going to be like, you made me go through pain. But when I saw her, I was just like, oh, welcome. I love you.
I mean, during the process,
this was worth it.
During the process, I just kept thinking, like, I don't think I can do this again. I don't think we'll ever do this again. I don't think
I tell you,
and then she came out, and I was just like, oh my God, this was worth it.
Do you understand? Like, when I saw her, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm actually going to do this again. That was the reality.
I mean, holding her and just looking at her and just, I was just like, she's so wonderful, such a wonderful child. And she's so beautiful.
Honestly, like having children is such an amazing gift that God has given us. And even though it's not an easy process, like, oh, you have to carry the pregnancy, there's the pain of childbirth, there's the stress of parenting, you know. But to be honest, it's very worth it, very worthwhile. There's the love and fulfillment, you know, that comes from it. I'm not saying it can't be fulfilled outside parenting, but I mean, being a parent is wonderful. Having a child feels wonderful. So if you are listening and you have any fears, you know, don't let those fears hinder you.
Yeah, I mean,
we had fears as well.
Yes,
having a second child, we're just like, okay, can we handle it?
Or how our marriage be?
Exactly.
How we will be too busy for each other and everything. And I mean, like,
if anything, this pregnancy and delivery even brought us closer together. So we were afraid that it was going to make us drift apart, but it has even brought us closer together.
100%.
And
100%.
we are so glad for that. Everything was totally worth it.
Yeah, everything was totally worth it.
Hope you enjoyed this video.
Yeah.
We love you guys. We love pouring out our hearts to you guys. So, I just remember something. Right. So while Joshua did not cry, during the period I was giving birth, and he did not faint or anything, do anything dramatic. He was very strong. As soon as I gave birth and they asked him to go and get like formula for the baby, he ran into his sisters outside.
Let me tell you. So after she had given birth and I made sure she was okay, Ope was okay, like, we'll definitely see the baby later, but my primary concern was making sure Ope was okay, just letting her know that, you did a good job, well done. I think we even kissed safe.
Yeah.
And it was just a very emotional time for me. I mean, like, I think I shed a little tear, but I was trying to be strong for you and everything. And I was just so happy that this was over. And I asked her that, did you bring nan milk for her? I was like, no, I didn't. She said, please go and buy. So I said, okay. So I told her, please, I'm coming to come buy. And she said, okay. So as I left the hospital room, I wanted to use the elevator to go downstairs so I could go out and buy the nan milk. And then some people were coming up from the elevator. So I was waiting for the elevator to come up. Maybe the elevator came, the door opened. I saw the people that were coming out from this thing. I think I even said hi. I just said, good evening. And I was passing them to enter. And then somebody called my name. One of them called me and I turned. It was my sisters. Like, I was so in my head that I didn't even... And then I just held on to my sister and started crying. Like, I was weeping like a child. I was weeping. And they were sort of like, what happened? So I guess they would have thought, something wrong happened. So I was like, no. She's fine. The baby is fine. Okay, so everything is okay. Continued crying.
I'm guessing it was just like the bottled up emotions, you know, it was like, going through that is a very emotional thing. And just seeing your wife being that amount of pain, seeing all that, like, childbirth is actually a miracle, to be honest.
Seriously.
It's a miracle that a whole human being can be inside you and they would come out and they are fine. The entire process is just a miracle.
It's just a huge miracle.
Thank God for it. Thank you guys for watching this video. We love you. Please like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, guys.
Follow us on Instagram at DKSenas.
Yes, we love you so much. Bye.
Till next time. Bye, guys.